I know you wrote an article. So Donovan Mitchell signed a contract extension, 3 years, 150.3 million, and you kind of were comparing it to the richest sports contracts in Cleveland sports history. So you see Garrett or Watson rather at 5 years, 230. Garland, 5 years, 197.2. Then you got Mitchell. Then Miles Garrett, 5 years, 125 million. It's kind of interesting. You know, the NBA it's 50 million a year. So average value, Donovan Mitchell's is the highest.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way the NBA has kind of gone with the way the cap has spiked over and over again, and you would expect it's going to continue to do that depending on whatever happens with the new television deals over the next few years. And as we kind of go further down that list, it took me a while to do some of this research. I found it fascinating that Kevin Love appears on this list not once, but twice in a row because he signed $200+ million contracts when he was with the Cavs. The fact that Sean Kemp, who signed his contract, I believe it was in 1997 for $107 million, he's still in the top 10. And that's in 1997 money. So it's hard to kind of imagine what that money would be nowadays. But it just kind of goes to show you it's not just the cap in the NBA that's high, but because you only have 15 players on a roster, the value of star players and the value of having those guys on the roster, they're naturally going to get more per year than everybody else because in the NFL, you have to distribute that cap among 53 players. In baseball, there's no cap, but you know, they that sometimes there's not always it's not always easy to get those big giant paydays as a player. In hockey, it's a lower cap and you're spreading across, 20 plus players. So in basketball, it's players have more average share, I think, of the cap per player. So that's where you see those higher salaries, or as I like to call it, average salaries, or the other technical term is AAV, average annual value. That's why you see it so much higher for those guys. It's just player percentage of each of the cap in each league.
Yeah, without question, that is definitely interesting. And your point about 12 players, 15 players in the NBA is very valid.